Tessa and Daniel had the kind of love that felt safe, steady, and meant to last forever. They met in college, two souls drawn together not by whirlwind romance, but by quiet, undeniable compatibility. Tessa, a Taurus, was grounded, patient, and fiercely loyal. Daniel, a Virgo, was meticulous, thoughtful, and always striving for perfection. They built a love story on small, everyday moments. Morning coffee, brewed just the way she liked it. Handwritten notes tucked into his work bag. Late-night talks about their dreams and future. They weren't the couple who burned fast and bright. They were the kind that lasted, rooted deep like an oak tree, unwavering even in the strongest storms. Or so they thought. For 5 years, their love had been steady. But love, even the strongest kind, isn't immune to the trials of life. It started with Daniel's promotion, a dream job, a position he had worked toward for years. But it came with a catch. He had to relocate, not just to another city, but another country. "We'll make it work," he had said, his voice filled with certainty. "It's just for a year, maybe 2. Then I'll come back, and we'll pick up where we left off." Tessa tried to smile, but her heart ached. She was a Taurus. Stability was everything to her. She had spent years building a life with Daniel, creating a home filled with warmth and memories. The thought of waking up alone, of their routines being disrupted, filled her with quiet dread. But she loved him, so she let him go. At first, they made it work. Late-night calls, video chats, messages sent throughout the day. Daniel sent pictures of his new city, the quaint little cafes he thought she'd love, the sunrises over the skyline. Tessa wrote him letters, real ones, filled with the scent of her perfume, with pressed flowers from their favorite park. But as weeks turned into months, something changed. Daniel became busier. His texts grew shorter, his voice on the phone more distant. The time difference made things harder, and soon their calls became less frequent. And then, one night, it happened. Tessa was waiting for their usual call. She had stayed up late, her phone in her lap, a message unsent. "I miss you. Do you miss me?" But Daniel never called, and for the first time in 5 years, she wondered if love alone was enough. Tessa tried to rationalize it. Daniel was a Virgo. He got lost in his work, striving to be the best at everything he did. It didn't mean he loved her any less. But then she saw the picture. A colleague had tagged him in a group photo. He looked happy, laughing in a way that seemed effortless. And standing next to him was a woman, brilliant, beautiful, her hand resting a little too comfortably on his arm. Tessa's stomach twisted. She didn't want to be the jealous, insecure girlfriend. She trusted Daniel. She did. But distance had a way of planting doubt where certainty once lived. When Daniel finally called, Tessa could hear the exhaustion in his voice. "Hey," he said softly. "I'm sorry I didn't call last night. Work's been crazy." She wanted to let it go, to pretend it didn't bother her, but the ache in her chest wouldn't let her. "Daniel," she whispered, gripping the phone. "Are we losing this?" A long silence stretched between them. "I don't know," he admitted. "I feel like we're living in different worlds." His words shattered something inside her. She had given everything to this love, and now after all their years together, after all the promises and plans, it was slipping through her fingers. "I can't do this if you're not sure," she said, her voice breaking. "I need to know if we're still in this together." Another silence, and then, "Tessa, I love you. I always will. But maybe—" He hesitated, and her heart clenched. "Maybe we need to take a step back." She couldn't breathe. A step back. It felt like the beginning of the end. Tessa spent the next few weeks drowning in silence. She didn't text him, didn't call. She forced herself to stop waiting, to stop hoping. But the thing about love, the real kind, is that it doesn't just disappear. It lingers in the places they used to share, in the songs that played in the background of their happiest days. And Daniel felt it too. One day he called. His voice was different, softer, uncertain, but full of something raw. "I'm coming home," he said. "I don't care about the job. I don't care about anything else. I need you, Tessa. I should have fought harder." Her breath hitched. He was choosing her. After everything, he was choosing them. Tears filled her eyes as she whispered, Come home. When Daniel arrived at the airport, Tessa was there, waiting. The moment she saw him, she knew. This was the man she would spend her life with. And when he pulled her into his arms, whispering, "Never again. I'll never let go again," she believed him, because true love, the kind built on trust, patience, and deep understanding, could withstand anything, even distance, even doubt. They had been tested, and they had survived.